You know, man, we talk a lot about stepdads. And the reality of the scenario is that not all stepdads are created equal. You see, the situation itself is one that most of us are not willing to be in. And it's because of all the particular nuances that come with it. And this one is the main one. And it's hard to put yourself in that situation and not end up being used as a pawn by a man's child, by a man's baby mama to get back at him or show him that he's not needed or show him that he's been replaced, which is one of the worst things you as a man can contribute to. Now, somebody sent me a video on IG where this guy is at his child's mother's house just trying to see his son. And she holds him off. She's on the phone. Of course, you have no idea what she's doing until it comes along later. But she calls her boyfriend, the new boyfriend, to come over and run her child's father off. What we have is a woman who has developed a disdain for a man, and she has this man's child, and she has secured the services of a beta male simp mangina in being her guard dog to protect her from the consequences of her hate-fueled efforts to keep this man away from his child. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, I get a lot of pushback, man, when I talk about stepdads and all of that. And I'm not going to sit here and say that all stepdads are in this scenario, but all stepdads could potentially be in this scenario. Because here's the thing. Once you buy into the stepdad role, you buy into the role of replacing the man who's supposed to be there because his child is there. See, this is one of those examples of a scenario where I tell you guys, stepdads make it too easy for these women to overcome and negate the consequences and repercussions of their decisions. They can avoid being accommodating to the child's father because here's a man who's willing to step in and fill a role that he can never truly fill. He can handle the responsibilities of the role, but he can never fill the role in his soul, in his mind, in his heart. So let's take a listen to this video, man, and we'll come back and chop it up on a real tip.
Landis, why can't I see my son? Huh?
He just woke up.
Then she got reinforcements coming and shit, man. Come on, where can I see my son?
He just woke up, bro.
All right, can I see him?
Why are you here this early? You know you're not even allowed over here.
All right, I'm here to see my son.
Okay, you can see
Let
him.
me
But
see
look how
him and
it's
I will
early.
leave.
It's early.
Let me see him and
It's
I'll leave.
early,
Why can't I
bro.
see him?
It is early.
That's why I can't see
It's
him.
early. Move.
Let me see my son. Bro, because I'm trying to see my son,
It's
bro.
6:30 in the morning. Get the
All right.
fuck out of here.
Come on now.
Who put you on child support?
I'm about to put myself on child support
Because
because
you
you...
reaching for that gun or none of that.
Bro,
I
I'm
will
making
beat
sure
your
it don't
ass
fall
out
out
here.
my pocket, bro. Calm down, bro. Come on. Can I
Bro,
see
get
my
out of
son?
here before I really beat you up.
Come back later, bro.
Get out of
Come
here.
back later.
Bye.
Okay. All right, hey, can you back up? Hey, bro, can you back up?
Now, as you can see, man, this is egregious, man. Now, this makes no sense for this woman to give this man a hard time. She's already up. It's not like she's not up. She's up. She's dressed. She's up enough to call her boyfriend over there. So all of this time, she could have let the man see his son, even if she ain't do nothing but bring the man's son outside. And I know some beta male, some man, Johnny gonna come in here and say, "We're gonna be all right." He should show up that late at the time of morning. He got to show up when that woman can let him say child that'll be away. And that woman said too early, that man got to let him be too early that'll be away. Now, I know it went too early for her to call her boyfriend over there. He came on over there. But let me tell you something. All I know they were keeping him outside that'll be away. And he done caused that boy who ain't not asleep to wake up that'll be away. I'm gonna tell you that'll be away. These men have got to understand once you put a child in that woman, you and the child belong to the woman that'll be away. You don't know nothing. You're leading these men wrong.
Unsubscribe.
Okay, unsubscribe. So before you go, let me tell you this. No matter what you say or think, once you put yourself in a situation like that, then you're automatically going to become a pawn in that woman's game. So you allow a woman to use you in a way that benefits her, no matter what the scenario is. And what does she do? She rewards you. She makes you feel like a man. See, here's the problem. The only man who can be used in a situation like this, in this manner, is a man who already doubts himself as a man. You have to really need some validation of your manhood in order to be a man who is used this way, in order to be a man who is treated this way, in order to be a man who is manipulated this way. And he comes up and runs up like he's a guard dog, like a real watchdog, and said, hey man, get out of here. It's too early. It's blah, blah, blah. It's whoop, whoop. What he should have been doing is saying, hey, look, the man here now, you might well go and let him see his son now. But see, he don't want that man to see his son. He wants to be that child's father. He has been told by this woman that she needs a replacement, and he's going to be that replacement. The problem is he can't be that replacement. He is not that replacement. He is just a fill-in. And the bottom line is, at some point, he's not going to be the fill-in anymore. And you know what's going to happen? That man whose child that is always going to have a tie to that scenario, because that is his child. You see, my problem with stepdads isn't the fact that they're stepdads. Okay, I know there are some scenarios where a boy is better off with a stepdad than he would be with no man in the house. Sometimes the stepdad is a stand-up guy. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily call him, an alpha or anything, but he's a stand-up guy where he's gonna at least try to give this kid some principles of manhood, some principles of masculinity as much as he can. But in more times than not, that man gets caught up in pleasing that woman. And so he ends up supporting that woman's tomfoolery. Most stepdads don't have the intestinal fortitude to step to a woman and say, hey, the way you raising that boy is wrong and something gonna change. Now, a lot of them are saying, well, I think you raising him wrong. I think you gonna hurt him more than you gonna help him, baby. If you keep treating him that way, baby, you gotta let him be a man and let him grow up. Yeah, a lot of them say that, but ain't many of them gonna say, hey, look, Charlotte, let me tell you something. The way you doing that right there, that's going to change today. We're not going to do that no more. Because 9 times out of 10, you move in with the woman. If you move in with the woman, you already don't have no control. Period. In the beginning, it may seem like you do, because the novelty of the situation hasn't worn off. And maybe the backbreaking is still, proving itself to be, beneficial. And here's the thing about it. If you have the mindset of a man who's going to put himself in this situation, then you're never going to be the best backbreaker a woman have, because you don't see her in the dominant way that a man should. See, many of these men want to make a woman whole again, even though the reason she's broken is because of her own decisions. Many of these men want to come through and be the knight in shining armor when he doesn't understand that she's had many knights in shining armor and she doesn't want to be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. So this scenario is just another example, man, of what I tell you guys about how stepdads don't understand they're being used as pawns in a game by a woman where she wants to dominate the interaction between her and her child's father, and she wants him to be a father the way she wants him to be a father. She don't want him to be a father independently of what she has going on. She wants what he does to coincide with what she does, so he can almost be a backup plan or reinforcement rather for her misguided, ill-fated efforts to raise a son. Because a woman's gonna never raise a son into the man he should be or could be. She's gonna raise him in the type of man that he should never be. And that's a man who is influenced by femininity. And the stepdad is almost never gonna have the power to come in and affect that situation in an adverse manner. And adverse in this scenario means good. Because to enter this situation, this woman has to be on a pedestal in your mind. You automatically have to pedestalize a woman who has another man's child, and you're going to step in and replace that man. Look at Russell Wilson. He pedestalizes Sierra. You can tell it. You can hear it. You can see it. And now he's gone public saying, well, we don't need Future. We don't need him. My wife ain't got to go through that with that guy. We're good over here. We don't need him. That's my son now. Same scenario is possible for all men who are in a stepdad scenario. And here's the thing. Even if you're not going to do that, then you're beating against yourself all the time, man. You're battling yourself about, is it a good decision? Is it a bad decision? Do you want to go ahead and cross over, man, and try to be like the father to those children? Or are you just going to stay over here and accept the fact that you don't have any power when it comes to how those children are raised and what they do? And you got to put in requests and suggestions to the woman, and you're supposed to be the man of the house. Well, here's the thing. You can never truly be the man of a house in a woman's house. And you can never truly be the father of children whose father is still active in their lives. Doesn't matter how active he is. Doesn't matter how inactive he is. If he is what we can call active in any way, you, my friend, are in an uphill battle. Because here's the thing. Even with Russell Wilson, if Future decides he want to step up to the plate, let's say if Future settle down, man, and start running like he's running right now, and just say, you know, I'm going to take some chill, man, and really, really sit down with my C's. Russell Wilson in trouble. Because legally, Future has rights. As men, we may not think we have them. Many of us just don't pursue them. But there are some rights that a man has. Here's the thing. Make sure you never allow a woman to manipulate you into fighting her battles for her. Especially when those battles started before you even met her. Because the spoils of victory will go to her, but the anguish of any defeats will go to you. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Alpha sub.